division line is here. It's optical illusion because where the table is.
Good check, Barry. All right, so Barry, I couldn't see it from where I am. I'm behind you, but wanted to double check to see once we throw the ball, it gets possessed or touched, right? The clock needs to start, and then ultimately the possession arrow gets set. So
that's my bad. It probably fell out. Was that sitting there the whole time? Well, good check.
Okay, mind you, the first two things you check on once the ball is possessed or anything is clock running and then possession arrow set correctly, which I don't know if possession arrow is on this table or not, but mental reminder for those fun jump balls. Okay, so far it's been pretty vanilla. So Josh, something small there on this last play. Ball was pressed up pretty solid up against the division line. You as a C could probably take a step or two up because first of all, they're facing you. You would have a better clue as to if the ball was touched by offense or defense last when it goes, if it goes into the backcourt, to maybe help your partner know to call backcourt violation or not. Josh, good call, right? Good travel call. Just slow down and make sure you show your partner exactly where the ball should go out, and then Tim, make sure we take the ball out in the correct position. I think you went a little further up. Not a huge deal when we're in the backcourt like this, but important thing is knowing, taking the ball right where it needs to be taken out.
As C or T, I want you on the court, right? Not off. Shows engagement, especially T. This is your line, right? We're going to be on.
All right, Tim, I can see you feeling for the bleachers. I know we were in a really poor spacing-wise on the end line. We're in a poor gym. You could be running into situations like this in regular games. Smaller schools have small gyms, right? We just have to make do with whatever depth we are given at the end line and, do what we can to be creative to get our positioning. Good call, Josh. Lines are difficult, but we can't still miss those. So that's good catch. All right, crew. Completely between the three of you. It looks like your positioning is all looking really good right now. Good. Good mechanics after the call. I would say prior to the call, Barry, if you're unsure of where it went, just blow your whistle and look at your partner and say help. And then your partner points. Tim, in that case, don't point until your partner asks for help. And if he points incorrectly and you know it's tipped, then you just walk over to him and say, hey, let's talk this over and ultimately come to the conclusion. The pointing showed uncertainty between the two of you to begin with, which it's known, right? It could be tipped, it could not be, but something small to work on. Okay, good. Barry, take that one. Josh, just hold 1 second. Let your partner call it or not, and then if he doesn't, then you can get it, of course. But still not bad if you both get a whistle on that one. Is there a possession arrow on this board yet? Does it work? I don't know who had possession to begin with. Did Black have possession?
Yeah.
So it's white ball. Can we point? Can we point the arrow that way if possible? I think it's this one. There we go. Now we're good. You bet. I know it's hard on these because I don't know, some buttons don't work and you know how those go. Cool. Thank you, guys. All right, guys, we went fairly deep in the quarter or in the half without knowing whose possession it was. So kind of a point is as we get down to that tip ball or jump ball in the beginning, if we don't get it right away, we need to make sure the next dead ball or any even live ball, if we can get it, and tell them exactly whose ball it's supposed to be. And if they can get it on the board, do so. 2 for black?
I don't know that there's. I see a kid with a do-rag on the other
I know.
court. I don't know that they're following the.
He might have taken it off. Did he take it off? I saw him in warm-ups. I was going to say that too. I'm like, you can't wear it.
Are we? As well as trying to figure out, are we following it? Because I get kids' shirts untucked down to their knees and all that.
I could care less about the shirts, but I mean, like, other shit. Can't wear it in regular season. This isn't an AAU tournament. Just have him take it off. When he... What's the kid wearing all the shit on his hand for? 2 for Spash. Sitting on the bench now. On his right hand, he's got. Unless maybe they talked to him now. Maybe they did. Good. All right, Tim. You need to rotate. We had a lot of ball action here in the right-hand side of the floor, right-hand side of the front court. Barry was all alone with, it felt like 6 players in his primary coverage area. Tim, you need to recognize that right away and just rotate. I don't care where your trail is coming from and if he's there yet. We need our lead to get over so that our trail is not left high and dry. Now, if the ball's swinging around a lot, I get it. We don't want to keep rotating and rotating and rotating, but in this case, our trail really needed some help there. Come with the other hand. Outside, top side hand. For breakdown, anything to adjust for?
Well, they're not really doing a whole lot in the post.
No.
So there's not a whole lot of opportunities to we had one bad rotation.
That's why. Well, actually, no. I just saw one here where Barry, you were C here, and Tim, you needed to get over on that. I think Barry had 6 players in his primary coverage area plus ball.
Yeah.
And then they ultimately drove down to the crotch of the rim. That would have been one that you probably should have gone over, right?
That's where I stopped.
I don't care if your trail's back here yet. Leave them in the dust. You need to get there because we need coverage on that play.
Okay.
He'll hustle down and get to see
it was a
that.
fast break type situation?
It wasn't. They I think they might have 3/4'd it up, and then they kind of got stalled a little bit, and then they.
I saw
it should have been.
I saw the drive, and I'm like, okay, get back.
Yeah.
But I should just
Be
continue.
more aggressive with it.
Switch we missed because you went to report and then you went, and that left Tim and I on the same side. So I should have been the one.
Okay.
To rotate.
All right, guys, here we go.
It worked out. We made it work.
So hand counting?
Always top count with your top side hand.
Okay, so this
Right.
one instead of this one.
So if you're on this side, it's going to be your right hand. On that side, it's your left. And that's same with marking threes. It's always your top side hand for marking a 3. Initial try. All right, so that would be, if you shot a 3, it would be your right hand. All right, that last play down here on this end, I think we're on tape too, maybe, yes. Josh, I think that drive was coming down the right hand. It was really your call, as I think you were seeing that case. The defender jumped into the shooter. Shooter ultimately went to the ground. That one definitely warranted a call. He wasn't out vertical. He was jumping actually towards the defender. He may have been expecting the shooter to jump towards, the defender, but ultimately that didn't happen. So it was just an easy one to pick off. I think once he got to the ground, he even gave you the "why was there no call" signal. Okay, Barry, on this last play here, I just kind of observed you just kind of walking from, it may have variable end line or somewhere near there, pretty much coast to coast up to your trail position. If anything, you can actually simulate a really slow jog or a shuffle. Basically, the importance here is that it shows your diligence to get in and be on the play, be officiating that play versus just kind of walking up the floor. It's really just an appearance thing, and you could actually jog slower than a walk, but it's just an appearance thing. So try to maybe take a gander at that play and see what you can do to make that look better. So far we have Deerfield up by approximately 10 to 12. They seem to have fair control of the game. Rocholt's having a lot of troubles hanging onto the ball and getting shots off cleanly. All right, Tim, absolutely correct call right there. He's really small. We'll call optics or mechanics. Right, just basically come down to is take your time, and I'll show you guys this at halftime. The mechanic that I'm expecting here. It's acceptable what you did, but what I'm kind of going for here is that there's more an advanced mechanic that shows a lot more strength on plays, and if we use those all the time, those stronger type mechanics, you're gonna wash away the, I guess we'll call the I wouldn't say unacceptable, or maybe not unacceptable, uncertain mechanics, but more, you're just going to be showing more strength throughout the entire game on all your mechanics. Hope we know who has the last second shot here. I think I heard 2 whistles there.
Okay.
I heard 2 whistles there.
Yeah,
I know it was
should be
yours.
mine.
I don't know who else blew it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was mine.
Yeah, not yours at all. Especially at lead, right? That's either going to be these 2 guys handling it. It's always top side. Oh, it was right here. Your lead.
After the basket?
No.
Well, you're still pretty much out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
basket went in with what, a second left? Yeah, you're still pretty much considered lead at that point. It's going to be trail or T top side away.
Opposite table.
It is opposite. Yep.
Okay,
Opposite
so
table
it should've been
always, yeah.
Top side away from
He just
table.
never pays attention to me. I just, I'm sitting there pointing, tapping my
I
head
saw
for
that.
some reason. I'm like, something just.
All right, here.
Holy crap, I'm gassed.
I'm going to go through a small mechanic here.
Yes,
I
please.
picked up on yours. Okay, so we had a play right here.
Okay.
Okay. It was a foul. Obvious foul, right? I think maybe 2 defenders swatted on the guy and somebody hit it. I don't care. Obvious foul, right? You go beep, 2 shots, whatever. And then we wander out, right? And then it came out and we report and whatever, right? So what I would like to see,
Yes.
spot a position or primary is beep. If it's very obvious, we don't even have to do this.
Okay.
If anything, if you're going to do it too, this is what I've learned. Now, my game has changed too from this stuff. It's boop, and if it's really important that I need to show too, I'm going to do it with the other hand up here.
Okay.
If it's something very common or casual, it might be just 2 shots, guys.
Just so that they.
Nice and calm,
Okay.
right? If it's an important, like I got a block charge, boop, 2 shots, right? I'm going to do it up high, but notice it's other hand, right? And this is back to what we used to learn is this is traffic cop, right?
Right.
I'm directing at the airport shit. When in reality, on those plays like these, it's boop, and staying in the same hand just doesn't have the confidence.
Okay.
So if we go boop, 2 shots.
Okay.
And that was a pretty easy foul,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Now when we come up here, right, I do my 25 hit, right, and you can practice whatever your hit signal is. I do like this, right, hit.
Okay.
I don't bring this because that shows aggression, but I just bring it from side here.
Interesting. Okay.
If it's to the head, you can do this. But then when I come around, I'm gonna say 2 shots here, and then nobody shows anything, any 2 shots or anything until I do this, and then my C does this, and my lead does this all at the same time. And this shows really uniformity amongst the crew. Everybody shows this at the same time when I as the T show this.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's no mechanics, or there's no signals, right? Center's doing nothing, right? I wasn't sure what Barry or whoever, if you were out there. But the important thing is once the trail shows, then we all show, or at least the center, and then maybe the lead can follow with the last hit.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yep.
It's, nope. Is black ball right? Didn't black start with the jump? We didn't have any jump balls.
Yeah. No, black got the jump. So it's white ball.
Oh, honk, honk. Where's the horn? Oh, white ball, white ball. Black had jump, no jump balls since. Check with table. It's white ball. Get a freebie. Black, because I came over after we had the jump ball and like, nothing was on the table. They didn't switch it. All right, guys, so mental note on that. Whoever takes the ball over to the table, we walk away from the table, grab the jackets, whatever. I know this is a little different setting because of tournaments and because I was getting your ear right away. Most important thing is whoever takes that ball over there or goes to the table says, switchy arrow, we're going to have white ball. I turn to my partners and say white ball, and we all 3 say white ball, or we all 3 know that there's white ball or black ball, whatever the case may be. So that when we come back to the table and they've done something, have changed it, you'd say, something is not right. Let's figure it out. Right? So again, this kind of comes down to true certainty, true assuredness is making sure we all exactly know what the hell's going on. And if not, we have at least one person on the crew that knows what's going on, at least for in regards to the jump ball. Looking?
Yeah, our fourth one's a real brand new guy. So
Oh, okay.
just kind of sort of.
Is he wearing white now? Or is it just the black striped lino?
It might also be the bigger, and it might be the bigger size. Too.
They make them bigger,
Yeah,
but it looks like it's
I
an
know.
insert. I would just say it can't have that.
Yeah. That might be. I don't
I
know what.
could live with the belt, right? Because I know we're not supposed to have a belt, but looking at Tim, couldn't remember his last name.
Yeah. Guitar,
Mark,
stuff like that.
Yep.
Him and Gary are normal partners.
They down by
Green Bay way.
Green Bay?
Yeah, and I actually use it for a couple games a year.
Nice.
That's why I sort of was trying to. Watch. Yeah.
Cool. At least they're here together. That's important. Barry, I'd like for you to take that one.
Yeah.
So the drive comes from here to here. What
Right.
you're going to want to do is rubber band yourself to that. You're going to take a step in and say, "I have this play,"
Yeah.
until it gets the play done.
Okay.
Like he shoots in the rebounds, then it's lead.
I was ready to get.
Yep. Heads up behind you guys. You're getting a little too far back.
All right, Tim, that was your at lead there, Tim. You're at lead there. What I caught, and there was no reason for your eyes to go up with the ball to the rim and watch it go in. This is believe me, this is a common habit. Let's keep our eyes down because the guy took an average bunny shot, right? There's really not much contest up there above the rim or even near the rim. But let's just say that the other pair of guys were jostling for the rebound, and he got elbowed, right? Your eyes were up, and hopefully your partner saw it. But the important thing is that your eyes went up with it when not needed. And again, this mind you, this is boys versus girls basketball. Girls don't play above the rim, boys do. But it's about staying in habit of keeping your eyes down unless they have to be up in that contested play up top. Josh, I like your mechanics. I really like it. Good timing, good pace, good speed. Just slow down again and point to where the ball goes out. We obviously know it went out right where he took it. But get in that habit of every single time you have three things. You have your hand up with the whistle, then you have your solid point, whatever it might be. I would say part of that should be color, right? White ball. And then the last part is point to your spot, and don't just run off, right? It shows confidence. Josh, you got to rotate. You got to rotate.
I feel like your partner should have rotated on that one
Yeah.
at least twice.
Yeah.
And he had his hands up like he wasn't ready to go. I could just tell by his demeanor that he was like, I'm just going to stay here, right?
All right, crew, let's see if we can work to get a rotation here. I should see a rotation right now. Good, good. Good, Tim.
No, okay. There you go. Good call, Barry. Good call.
I think I heard that, Barry, but when you ran over to the table, you said fouls on 14, whatever, black 14, well, whatever it was. Cut the word fouls on out of there. Just should be black 14 or whatever.
Yep.
Is that his or is that mine?
That's his. Unless he's taking care of putting the ball out of bounds and getting a throw-in set up, then it's yours.
Okay.
Like if he's taking the ball out near the bench or something.
I gotta read that over again.
Yep. Pretty much is always going to be table side, top.
Okay.
But if he's taking care of something, maybe he's talking to the coach.
Right.
Then he's preoccupied. Then you can bring him in.
And when I'm coming to the lead, I hand it off to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he doesn't see it. Yep. Yep. All right, we're going to work on Tim.
Okay, Tim, I'm going to mention something here. This is an observation. This is coming from Jason the Observer. It could be from your assigner. It could be from a coach. It could be from Billy's dad in the stands. When I have an out of bounds call, let's see if I'm on film here. If I have an out of bounds call, I go beep, and I do this like a tomahawk versus boop and just shoot it off the shoulder. And it could be a point. Oh, my bad, Barry. bing, and then a point. It almost looks like that way, right? Just that strength and signal, beep, or beep, and I have to go across my body, whatever. Off the shoulder looks way more stronger than up and then like a chop you're doing. Huge difference in perception. They mean exactly the same thing when you think about the mechanic itself. It means, okay, yeah, it's out of bounds and it goes that way. But the important thing is that we work in a game of perception, right? And I could be the very best official, but if my mechanics aren't strong, I am automatically going to get yelled at by twice as many parents or twice as many coaches than maybe what I normally would have gotten yelled at by. So if you get a chance, watch one of your partners, watch one of these games that are coming up today, or a game that you observe. Shit, it could even be a JV official that might have really good mechanics. But pick up something that might work for you and see, how can I make that better or stronger? All right, Tim, I have the same note for you. I heard you go up to the table and say, foul's on white 34 or whatever it was. Stick to the basics, right? White 34, push, white 34 hold, white 34 elbow, whatever it might be. White 34 push, black ball, your three things, right? We don't need to throw the fouls on, we don't need to, I know you didn't point, but it's a common thing we see. Woo! I like to think I still run fast. With my sweatpants and my phone in there. All right, guys, I'm going to pay attention to your table reporting now and see how we look here. Okay, good. I can see we have some communication between partners about whose line is whose. If now, this is, you could say, yes, it is absolutely Barry's line in that case. Let's just say Barry was paying attention to something else, right? And he didn't even see it go out of bounds, but yet lead has eyes on it. We at least need to get it, right? If it's obvious, we need to get it. I didn't even see the play. I just saw some communication going between the two saying, hey, that's my line, right? It's good. It's important. We can make that a game. We can make it say, hey, you know what, I'm going to pay attention to mine, you pay attention to yours. And if you need to help me, great, and then I'm going to let you know, thank you for helping me. Are we looking for rotation? We need to rotate. Not anymore. Barry, whistle when you have subs. Whistle when you have subs all the time, at least to let your partners know I have subs coming in. It may seem extremely mundane, but when we get to that fourth quarter, and let's just say the game is separated, which it is, and we lose focus, our partners also lose focus, and I might have subs coming in, and my partners may not even be paying attention. They might not be looking for a hand. So if we get a whistle, at least now we can say, hey, I have my whistle and my hand. All right, Josh, last part again, point. We'll work on this, but point to where you want the ball taken out of bounds. I'll call that your main takeaway, Josh, for this game is every single time you call something, I don't care if it's a foul or if it's a travel, it's a carry, it's a whatever, I want you to report it, do your mechanic, and then show your partner where the ball is going to be out. Josh, I want you to be on the floor and engage. Barry. Whose whistle was that at the end?
His again.
This should have been yours, man.
Yeah, we were waiting on you. Yeah, but last year we talked about that.
I understand.
I waited. You didn't wait long enough.
So out of bounds, what happened?
Yeah, that's mine.
I mean, it's hard to see
Was
that.
it on the sideline?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard it.
Did you blow your whistle?
No, because he blew it before I came.
Oh, let him have a crack. Nice job. Thank you for coming over too.
Man, if I can't make balls in the court, why am I
Let's scoot over here and get out of these teams' way. We'll talk over some things. Do you want this?
Me off.
No? Okay.